Pac-12 beach volleyball from the beautiful desert as the sun sets over Tucson. The evening session continues in the Wildcat Spring Challenge from Bear Down Beach. 5 teams in action, and right now it's Arizona and Arizona State who will play in the evening finale. First day of 2 days of action. A look at what's happened already. Cal over Arizona State. Cal continues its excellent run. Then Arizona over Stetson, a match that came down to the very last pair. And the last few points of that one, Arizona State then over Mesa easily. And Cal just defeated Stetson, so they continue their roll. Already at number 14, looking to move up. Now we get some Territorial Cup points on the line. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic silver medalist Mike Dodd. And Mike, Arizona State, they were on a 5-duel winning streak coming in, but it's a different level of competition for them here. Yeah, now they're hitting some nationally ranked teams. And, you know, talking to Brad Keenan earlier, he said we get into these kind of matches and it's a learning experience. It's a growth experience. I know he's excited about some big freshmen coming in next year, but for right now, they got to take their lumps when they play the better teams. Steve Walker of Arizona, on the other hand, was very complimentary of what Arizona State brings. These two teams met in the fall. It was actually Arizona State on top. What's the key for Arizona in this one? I think just maintaining their focus. I think it's one of those situations. It was interesting. Coach Walker calls this team a team you love to root for, and I think that's because they practice so hard, and yet they've had difficulties at time bringing that same level of perfection to the competition. So for them, they just want to come out and play really well. He felt like the first time they did it was against Stetson in the last match. Proud of his group. See if they can carry it forward. All 5 teams will play at once. All 5 pairs going. Remember, this is a best of 3 on the pairs level. If you do win your pairs, you add to the overall score for the duel, which is a best of 5. So you can win 3-0, you can win 4-1, you can win 3-2. First 2 sets to 21. Third, if needed, will go to 15. All sets, of course, in the sport of volleyball, win by 2. No cap. In fact, we've seen some beach volleyball matches go up into the 25-23 range in the third. So you're looking at 10 extra points. We will get you underway here with the 13-8 Arizona Wildcats taking on their rival, Arizona State. Rivera with a nice little choppy down the line to get things started for the Sun Devils. And we're underway on court 1. Oh, that was a heater and unable to be handled. That will be off into another court. So it's Quinn Johson and Mia Rivera, number 5 and number 14. And then on the other side, number 5 is Olivia MacDonald, you see there in the Arizona jersey, along with Natalie Anselmo, senior out of New Zealand, to serve. And that one didn't even come close. Wind has been a factor here late in the day, but an intermittent factor up and down. Unpredictable at times as Quinn Johson will go with the left hand and out of bounds. Johnson, a left-hander, pursuing her master's degree in sports law and business, player out of originally Montana. Johnson with the bump set, and that one carrying with the wind, which you can see blowing right across the middle of that court, in fact carrying a whole bunch of sand with it and that particular shot. Yeah, right now the wind is really gusting, swirling, and hard to judge right now for the players. Good to have a lefty when you want to go over on 2. Johnson pokes that one up in the air. Yeah. And Mia Rivera's on the left-hand side, too. She doesn't have a lot of court to work with if the wind is blowing that hard. Yeah, it's perfect for Johnson at 6'3" to just come in and help out and knock the ball around on 2 a few times. Again with the pokey, and back-to-back times, the 6'3" redshirt senior has won the battle at the net. Yeah, Quinn Johnson, nice little touch around the net. There you see. A little bit of extra advice coming in from Ryan Orblick. I want you to control the ball this way. And the wind, as much of a factor as it was just a second ago, is gone. It fades just like that. Very, very difficult to play. Players love a wind that's consistent, just in the same direction and the same intensity. And right now, the wind here in the desert is anything but that. Very inconsistent, sporadic, sometimes really strong and swirling all over the place. Hard to judge the ball. Quinn Johnson's off to a very nice start with the control shots.
Yep, nice little choppy down the line. She contacts it at such a high level that it's really hard on the defender to get those little chop shots.
I have her at 6'3". Her coach Brad Keenan gave her a 6'4".
Natalie Anselmo, such a great ball control player. You see her just go down to her knee, perfect little bump pass, little set. She can just chop it all over the court. Very frustrating on defenders trying to run down those shots.
Oh, and she was at the 5s last year. Playing with Hallie Amaro, now graduated, star indoors. A close first set as you look at number 1, Natalie Anselmo out of Los Angeles, 5'6" sophomore. She can be a pure defender at 5'6". There was no spin on that ball at all. The one hand can't bring it back, and that might be a souvenir for one in the crowd. Should give those away.
Crowd would love it. Tough play there for Anselmo, heading toward the banners. It's not pretty behind these banners. You got to watch yourself, slow yourself down when you get close to those.
Anselmo, second generation player, shows a little heat there. That one popped over. Good awareness from her partner. And good heat as well, MacDonald.
Olivia MacDonald doing a nice job of covering for her partner, picking up the over dig and then just delivering on that left side. That's high, hard heat right there, off the block.
MacDonald came back for her senior season with increased strength. You saw a big rip on that play. Played at the number 2s last year, so she also has moved up for the season. The lefty making it happen once again. It's been a dream start for Quinn Johnson. A look at Brad Keenan in his second season as the Sun Devils head coach. Knew this year was going to be kind of a building year for him. Keenan making his professional beach debut back in 06. 25 top 3 finishes on the AVP Tour, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, Best Server. A lot of different skills for the big man who went to Pepperdine University. The all-time best backslide ever in the history of the men's indoor game. Oh, what a factor the 6'4" Quinn Johnson has been. Tapping the ball over gently and now getting a block to go with it as we check in on the 3s pair. It's Nady and Watanabe. They are trailing Carballo and Lundberg. That's that new pair with Nady. An injury to Haley Halloran, shuffling everybody around.
Another big block here. Quinn Johnson doing a really nice job of just delaying her jump a little bit so that she can swat the dink or get the spikes. She's in a real good rhythm right now defensively. Nice drop off the net there.
And another shot return. Boy, this is a different Quinn Johnson than we saw earlier. She was not nearly as clean. This is a wonderful start to the second match.
Quinn Johnson got herself going with a couple over on 2s early on. Got her confidence up, and now she's moving really well out there.
Perfect cut shot from MacDonald. Check in on court 5. Baldwin and Plaster, one of the best names you'll find in volleyball. 8-5 over Martin and Cordes. And Caroline Cordes forced into the lineup as well.
And that's 3 courts now where Arizona State is in the lead in all 3 matches.
Unable to slap and run that one down is MacDonald, and ASU continues to play well. What will Steve Walker do with it is the question. 5th year for him, and you heard Mike Dodd mention it really feels like this is his team now. A junior college guy who played at Long Beach State, would later play club here at Arizona. Only a 5th year with the beach team, but he spent a decade indoors with Dave Rubio. A long tenured Dave Rubio closing in on 30 years. I think he might be at 29 this next year coming up for Dave Rubio. Steve Walker doing an outstanding job of building this program, building the sport of beach volleyball within this university here in Tucson, Arizona. His wife runs a local beach volleyball club. They run all kinds of events and club things here in town. In fact, they run my favorite tournament name in the whole world right now, the Catbox Classic. This isn't Bear Down Beach. This is the home of the Cat Box Classic. So if you step on something, do yourself a favor, don't pick it up. Technical timeout at 21. Chance for the coaches to check in with their players. Of course, you can't talk during the game. Look at the Arizona Wildcats and their increased production every season, now 13-8. The Pac-12 is only getting more difficult, Mike. So many skilled players coming into the game. Yeah, so many skilled players, so many skilled young players. Prolifery of sand volleyball clubs, not just in California, but throughout the country, is just making the influx of new players just that much more experienced, that much more dynamic, because they've been playing beach volleyball a lot longer. This deal's now a whole new ball game. Johson, boy, she can do no wrong. She's really playing well. I remember it was Sarah Hughes, the blue chip indoor player, that said, no, I'm going to go play beach at USC. She was the first. But now you're seeing more and more players starting to choose the road to beach volleyball, and because they can have that great college experience and play the sport that they love. Well, scholarship support now out there, and who wouldn't want to come spend their day here, hanging out on the beach, this kind of atmosphere, especially as the sun crested the mountains, the lights come on. Still nice and toasty. This beautiful facility at the University of Arizona. And again, Anselmo with just that nice little drop shot over the top of the block down the line. Sets everything up so well with their perfect passing. Going away from Johson, working on Rivera. And she puts it right on the line. Unflappable inside out are Johson and Rivera. Yeah, that shot had to be on the line because Anselmo had made an early move over there and was ready for anything else. Had to be perfect. Senior out of Gilbert, Arizona. Actually born in New York. That one into the wind and cuts its way down to the sand. Yeah, Johson made a nice drop on that, just couldn't put it away. Tried that deep middle, and Anselmo, defensive wizardry, picked that up and saved the point. Anselmo saw a lot of serves earlier from Stetson, got a lot of offensive work. A service for MacDonald right into the wind. It was just a second before she served. Yeah. That wind came up. Good timing for MacDonald, just waiting for that gust, and it came up, and that ball was moving all over the place. Difficult pass. Here comes another. Ooh, great pass. And you see that ball fade across, unable to get a swing. Rivera swing this time. No, the ball also fading both tight and across to her left. That's a really tough set on that right side into the wind. The ball just dropped so quickly, and Rivera unable to get there and really make anything happen with that attack. Rivera sent back, this time by MacDonald. 15-13. Boy, this would be an advantageous time to make a break in the set. We're going to get a side change. There you see MacDonald just getting up, taking away that line. Arizona slowly, steadily chipping away at that lead. Remember, here with the wind, it was work on Rivera down the line. Once again, right back to that. Pokey, that one was up in the air for a while, but deep enough from Anselmo. Anselmo just hanging in that cross court, waiting for that attack. Just passed it. It was such a controlled dig. Arizona State going to take a timeout. Yeah, one's at a timeout. Let's check in on the threes. Carballo and Lundberg with a solid advantage over Watanabe and Nady. Watanabe and Nady put together with an injury to Halloran. His first match of the year for Sarah Watanabe. One-time indoor player, now beach only, number 44. Casey Nady, a transfer, played 4 years of indoor for Oregon. Such a great middle blocker, such a really strong athlete. It's fun to see her come out on the beach and
She's really got a lot of potential. She's got a strong arm, jumps well, great blocker, and very eager to learn this beach game.
The outstanding instincts at the net. Instinct there was to go back, go double axe handle. That was a pretty advanced play for a player new to this game. That time the double axe handle flies off.
Yeah, Casey Nady, keep an eye on that name. I think she keeps things up. She could be playing after college on the beach.
Go double box. We'll give you the ones and the threes as things get close with the threes. Anselmo MacDonald carrying a 2-point lead over Johson and Rivera over on the ones. Wrist away into the wind, and that's a winner. That's the lefty Carballo, pardon me. See if she can do it again. This time down the line. Read it perfectly, puts it down the line, but just wide.
Carballo moving nicely defensively, just hovering over on that line.
Coming out of Elite Beach Volleyball Club down in Southern California.
Nice little drop shot there for Anselmo. Just keeping that narrow lead for Arizona in the pair ones.
Oh, Watanabe had a perfect defensive position, just could not convert the point. So it is set point at the threes.
18-15.
ASU looking for a 1-set-to-none advantage.
Lundberg missing that serve, but plenty of more opportunities for them to close that set. And there you see a big block on the number one's court for Olivia MacDonald. Just taking that line away.
We have one finish at the twos already. In favor of the home side, 21-14. That victory going to Devlin and Purdue. Battle of the bigs at the net, won by Quinn Johson. Set point number 3 is victorious, and ASU over there in the threes takes a 1-0 lead in convincing fashion. Let's check back in on those ones. That's where we started you out with Olivia MacDonald and Natalie Anselmo in the foreground. Number 5 and number 1. Quinn Johson and Mia Rivera in the back.
It's a big time for Arizona. They really want their ones to close things out. And
ball's out of bounds.
Well, that was
another good read from Rivera.
Rivera picked up that over on 2 and had a good opportunity, and instead now Arizona with a chance to finish this first set.
And they'll do it. So what was working early did not work late for ASU at the ones. 21-16 the final. And Arizona takes the lead. Great thing about 5 pairs going at once, though, is you never lack for action. You finish in one place and you quickly move over to another. This is volleyball red zone for you. 21-15 was the final over here on court 4 in favor of Caroline Cortez, who's having a really nice day with McKenna Martin over Plaster and Baldwin. So now let's head on over to the 5s. Here is Cortez and Martin. That's Caroline Cortez serving and pulling. Number 25 not able to make the play to her right. So Plaster and Baldwin with a 2-point lead. Caroline Cortez out of Naperville, Illinois, part of a pair of Napervillians that are on this Arizona squad.
Had a great match earlier, 3-game match with Stetson. Got a lot of serves at the end and hung in tough. You grow a lot in matches like that. There's an unforced error.
Her club teammate, Brooke Burling, is the other Naperville resident who's chosen the desert for their college experience. Don't forget the Pac-12 championships on the way in the end of April. Last year, it was here at this beautiful facility in Arizona. We will head up to another gorgeous spot up on the farm. Stanford University, the host, April 26th to the 28th. 3 full days of action. Anne-Marie Anderson, Holly McPeak, myself, and Mike Dodd will be on hand to bring you all the action. The conclusion, the champion in the Pac-12, who will then pack their bags for Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Yeah, so much talent packed in one event. Should be really fun.
Some top-ranked teams in the nation. UCLA right now, #1 team in the nation, and proved the point back just 2 days ago, defeating both USC and Long Beach State. That would be the #4 and the #6 team in the nation. They will be in action again on the Pac-12 Network on Sunday up at Stanford. We'll also have Stanford versus St. Mary's for you on Sunday. But right now, it's all about Arizona, Arizona State, and a really nice coming out party here through those first sets for the Sand Devils.
Yep, and Samantha Plaster back here serving, keeping the pressure on Cordes. Wow, that was a nice drop and nice finish for Plaster. Deep middle, right where you want it. And that gives them set point now.
Now we're 1 away, it looks like. No? Martin tries the line, no good. How about skipping it off the tape into the deep line? Indeed. 19-16 now. Martin and Cordes hanging close.
Yep. Little help from the tape.
A little help from Steve Walker on the transition here, head coach, checking in.
Yep.
Good touch. That'll have to go. Oh, pulling, but not far enough was Cordes, and again, the deep middle is good.
Plaster doing a nice job of using the middle of the court in transition to score points.
Set point, Baldwin for it. The speed demon, can she pick up a defensive play?
Ooh, tough serve.
Nope, no room there. Chance for a point for Arizona. Longest rally of the match. Ends on that little poke cross court. And Katie Baldwin is victorious with Samantha Plaster in the first set. Arizona State has come to play. They remember the victory in the fall.
You're watching Pac-12 Arizona.
Pac-12 Arizona.
Pac-12 Beach Volleyball is brought to you by State Farm, here to help life go right. If you enjoy good beach volleyball, everything's going right for you here in the nightcap from Bear Down Beach. Part of the Wildcat Spring Challenge. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic medalist Mike Dodd as we're watching Arizona State and Arizona duel in the desert. Some territorial cup points on the line. And we'll check in on the twos pair that we have not seen yet. Mike Dodd, you said it just a moment ago. Stephanie Purdue, well, she has a whip.
Whip of an arm and couldn't extend for that defensive play right there, but good movement defensively. This is a good match.
Purdue 15 playing the right side for Arizona, getting served right now. And there is that whip, but just long. Redshirt senior, 4 years of indoor at Southern Mississippi. And Mike, all-time kills leader, most attempts in program history.
That explains
use that arm.
Yep.
And they're facing off with Kara Woodard and Sydney Palmer. That was Woodard serving, and she'll block. Could not get a hold of that perfectly placed shot.
Get another perfect pass from Stephanie Purdue. Great set, nice and low. A lot of court to work with on that play.
Woodard gets served. And another nice set and perfectly played shot for the Barrett Honors College ASU student.
What a great cut shot. Really slicing off a lot of the ball and putting it right in the corner.
This ASU team will be in action tomorrow for Senior Day. Sydney Palmer, one of those that will be honored, will be back at their home para club, which is actually some course located inside of one of 5 utility worker private clubs in the Phoenix area. I want to be a utility worker. Just hang out at the club.
Another great effort for Arizona State, just unable to convert the defensive play. Going to see a chop down the line. Nice layout defensively. Just couldn't get the set high enough and close enough.
It was interesting talking to these two coaches. Brad Keenan of ASU told me we have played a little bit less in practice this year. We've kind of broken down some skill work. He feels like he's been able to do that. On the other hand, Steve Walker, who you just saw for a moment from Arizona, he said we have played a little more this year and done less technical training, and that's worked out for our team.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the group. Usually it's a combination of the both that works the best. I mean, you'd want to break down the technical things, but you certainly want your players to get a lot of just live game time as well, and competition. That's where a lot of teams figure things out, especially teamwork-wise, how things work.
6'2" blocker, Haley Devlin. She will hustle up to the net, just gets there in time, but that one into the top of the tape off the right arm of Sydney Palmer. Palmer gets a ton of serves.
Arizona taking a 3-point lead into the technical break.
This Pac-12 volleyball match is brought to you by State Farm, here to help life go right. Tell you what, there is nothing wrong, everything right with Bear Down Beach at the moment. Wonderful temperature, beautiful scenery, excellent sport. We hope you are enjoying our coverage from Tucson. It will continue again tomorrow with 3 more duels in the desert. Anne Marie and Holly will be back to cover those.
Great turnout too. Lots of people filling in the stadium out here, and really a cool scene.
Yeah,
it's perfect weather.
Spend part of your Friday night here and then head out maybe to Bob Dobbs or Kingfisher, depending upon your taste.
Lots of good places to eat here in Tucson.
Technical timeout opportunity for players to chat. Coaches to coach.
Well, it's interesting when you have 5 matches all going on at the same time and only 2 or 3 coaches. You can't get a coach everywhere, so they have to pick their spots, and sometimes you know, to the betterment, I think, of players, they sometimes have to just kind of figure out their strategies and changing strategies and what they can do and who they're going to serve and all those things on their own, and that's not a bad thing at all.
How do you work on that skill in practice?
Well, you work on it by just going out and playing where the coaches aren't around, you know, and just
I think encouraging players to play in the summer is what a lot of these coaches have done when they're not around.
Absolutely, all the local amateur tournaments that they can go and play in and take your lumps, you know, play 40-year-old ladies that can't jump and can't move, but they're beating you because they've been playing for years and they know, and learning from that. All those experiences are what make up a Carrie Walsh and a Misty May. It's all the stuff, you know. You see them winning gold medals at the Olympics, but it's you don't see the lumps they were taking on their way up to get there.
Mike, I was never happy losing to Bobby or Sterling or Dave down at Marine Street. Had to try and work my way up towards the Mike Dodds of the world. Had to go through Billy D to get there.
Billy D, that's a tough road to go.
I don't see anyone out here yelling Aisha as they swing at the ball. Good swing there, and it's 14-10. Purdue and Devlin season control.
And there you see Purdue again. Just she gets such a nice snap on top of the ball and really drops into that deep middle. Fun player to watch.
Yeah, here's Purdue coming over for a redshirt senior season. Her partner Haley Devlin at the net now as an ace serve finds the Silica. Is a player who walked on, earned a scholarship, and has really grown into this game as a force at the net at 6'2".
Yeah, and such a willing blocker. You can tell as soon as she's back there serving, she wants to run up to the net and make things happen.
And she had some good wins last year against USC and against LSU with her partner Sam Manley. Oh, good touch there, and almost the outstanding athletic play to pick it up.
A great effort there for Devlin. Just almost got that second touch up.
Checking around the board, the home side doing much better in this second set. They are leading on all 5 courts. There's the whip, there's the kill.
Purdue just snapping that ball cross court. Good hops too. The arm and the jump. It's a nice combination to have.
Went to Southern Mississippi, but back home in the state of Arizona. Originally from Mesa, Arizona. Is that an ace serve? Indeed it is. That one fell out of the sky for Haley Devlin.
Devlin and Purdue really taking charge of this match here in the second set. Putting on a lot of pressure with their defense, their ball control, and their tough serving.
Yeah, the service game has really improved here for Arizona, carrying this set. 17-11 and looking for an Arizona lead in the big score. There's a little creative offense, and it works. Haven't seen enough of that from many of the pairs in this match.
Yeah, nice back set, nice shot from Palmer cross court. Sometimes if teams are locked into you defensively, you got to change your offense a little. Do some more back sets. Go quicker, go inside, go outside. Just mix it up a little bit.
A little crossover from ASU, and it worked. And it worked well enough. That looked like a deliberate over on one, just a little too much mustard.
Great effort again from Palmer, running that first shot down the line, setting things up for Arizona State. Trying to get themselves back in it.
You saw Woodard jump right, and you saw Palmer cut left just as the contact was made. Over on 2 is out of bounds.
So all of a sudden, Arizona State's getting right back in this second set.
We'll give you the double box, pairs 1 and 2, as they both start to close in on potential endings. Both would be in favor of Arizona. There's a kill for MacDonald.
Yeah, Olivia MacDonald doing a nice job dropping off, then picking up the short shot, getting up and delivering in transition.
Back to the left side of your screen, looking at the 2s here. Scramble play opportunity for Arizona. Oh, all the shots too. We've seen the power, now the control.
Really nice high line shot there for Purdue. A lot of snap on the ball.
Pretty experienced pair, had been playing at the 4s for a little while. Now up at the 2. Pull, knuckle up. That did look like a Kerry Walsh-Jennings kind of a play. Here comes Purdue in transition, and she shows some more volleyball IQ.
Really mixing things up well in transition, showing a lot of patience, making the defensive play, then waiting, making a strong approach and finishing.
The wind is up, as is a match point for the pairs at number 2. Could be identical, 21-14 scores. Pull, and that one went right down the middle, but plenty of distance between the two teams. Purdue and Devlin will side out to win it. Now before a side change, as we get up to 35, number multiples of 7, you get the side switch. Technical timeout at 21. On that side switch, you can get a little bit of advice from your coach just as you're walking. You might want to slow play that if things aren't going very well.
Here we are. Chance to finish.
Going to Purdue. who goes hard. Go with what you're good at. Straight to the back line, and number 15 is good. The victory is 21-14, 21-15. A 1-0 lead for Arizona, courtesy of Haley Devlin and Stephanie Purdue.
That's a nice team right there to have in your twos. Very athletic, good ball control.
Yeah, big team, 6'2" and 5'11".
Lots of snap. 5'11" with hops.
Can definitely give people some trouble.
Yep. Happy campers over there.
So they will turn from athletes to cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Opportunity to spend time after they recover. Already looking over onto court 1 and checking out what's happening. It's fun to see that transition where you're working so hard on your court. No idea maybe what else is happening. You finish. Where else can I look? Who else? What's happening in this match?
The fours.
Looking at on the right-hand side, the ones, and then the fours on your left.
Brooke Burling there with a huge block to finish that match at the fours for Arizona.
So Arizona now with a 2-0 lead. And high fives all around. Good finish for Baham and Burling. They defeat Cross and Flood. Back to the ones.
Another finish there for Quinn Johson. High lefty cross court. Anselmo unable to control.
Early on, the fish were biting for Quinn Johson, an avid fly fisherwoman. Never seen that on a volleyball resume before. First time for everything. Oh, short shot, a little too short.
And Anselmo MacDonald finish.
And that match is over 21-16, 21-16, and the duel has been decided. Oh, Arizona State made a really nice push to open this match and open this duel. But Arizona State just too much left on the table, and Arizona wins 3-0. Still 2 matches happening on court. But Arizona will take home another victory and Territorial Cup points. Now let's go back over to court 3. Nady and Watanabe.
Nady and Watanabe took it hard in the first set, now made it a lot tighter here in the second.
Nady tries the sky ball.
What a cut shot. Didn't quite get over the net though. Big point for Arizona, trying to get this match to go 3.
Just had the error from Carballo, and no, man, trying to go right down the middle. That one finds the middle of the tape. So a match point for ASU. Be a solid win for Lundberg and Carballo. Nady with the little athletic move. Those moves get you excited, huh?
Yeah, great save by Katie.
Talking about a future in volleyball for this successful indoor and now beach athlete.
So strong.
Pulling, not quite enough control, and it'll be a second match point.
That's too bad. That's a great drop. She's going to learn to pop that just a little bit higher. That's great quickness. Just a little bit more.
Brad Keenan's scrappy pair will scrap to the end, see if they can finish off this second set. And they do. A block at the net has it over. Ellie Lundberg, the 5'10" sophomore, plays bigger on that play and gets a handshake from Steve Walker, the opponent. And it is a victory for that pair.
Nice.
So first victory for Arizona State. Remember, the duel already won at 3-0. But now standing at 3-1. One court of action remaining. That is court 5. This feels like about 4 in the afternoon with red zone. When the games start to calm down, you go to the one game that's left.
Yep.
On the West Coast.
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's a little anticlimactic when, you know, a team wins early, but still, the tradition now is that both teams go to the final court where the match is being played. Reminds me a lot of the Ryder Cup, where at the end of the Ryder Cup, all the players that have finished are gathering around the 17th or 18th green, cheering on their guys to finish it up, and it's got a really good kind of team camaraderie feel to it. That I really like the format that they've chosen for the collegiate beach volleyball.
Well, there's been a lot of chatter, particularly with the coaches, so many of whom played beach volleyball themselves, about the team aspect of the way NCAA beach is constructed and how enjoyable that is, and something that they did not expect. Stein Metzger in particular said, I really didn't know how much fun this could be. Yeah, it really is a great dynamic. And the fact that, you know, it's not always your stars that are going to end at the end of the match. Win the decide thing. It could be the 5s. It could be the 3s. It's already happened a number of times at the final tournaments that it comes down to other players that have just as much pressure, if not more, than your top team. So it's a really, really fun format and really builds team unity. And there you see it. Happy Arizona. They know they've won, and they still want to get one more win and win 4-1 instead of 3-2. That's how you know people are happy. Dabbing. They're dabbing. They're stoked. A little confusion there as Martin will now step back to serve. That harkens back to conversations at the beach. Whose serve is it? I'm too tired to even remember. Exactly. Missed shot will have Martin at the line once again. Her partnership with Caroline Cortez off to a good start. Winners earlier defeated in this one in the first set, 21-16, but an opportunity here in the second. Martin with the dig, and there was too much arm and too much wind behind that one as it came up once again. Another big gust right at the wrong time for Arizona. Opportunity now, if this wind continues, for Arizona State to serve a tough jump floaty. Like to see that, lighten it up down the middle. Cortez, who is a legacy athlete here at Arizona, her father, a quarterback, and her brother, an All-American swimmer, medalist in 2016 in Rio. Steve Walker said he was getting pictures from the family while they were in Rio, and he was very jelly. Very jealous. I think he said jelly, didn't he? That's twice now that Arizona has been unable to convert on good point opportunities. Plaster and Baldwin are going to come over here to arguably the better side right now with this win, and with a chance to steal another win for Arizona State. Forks up. Here we go, Sam. Get up, butter. No one, Mike. Go. Cortez down the middle again with some heat. This is a player who walked on, been putting in the work. I mean, this start has come because of injury right away, but Steve Walker made the point. Listen, it was coming on merit anyway. Yep. She has done the work, number 25. Gotta love it. Another one of those all-academic athletes, something you see across the board, across the teams for Arizona State as well, and indoors throughout all these volleyball athletes that you see across the Pac-12. Excellent student athletes getting both parts of that equation put together. Good times. We've had all-day coverage for you here from Tucson and the Wildcat Spring Challenge. It was Cal getting out against Arizona State early 5-0, and then a thrilling finish between Arizona and Stetson. Home side coming out on top in that one. Then it was Arizona State over Colorado Mesa for the second time in recent memory. And then Cal over Stetson. Mike and I were here for that one. Cal, another dominant performance in what continues to be an exciting season for Megan Owusu and crew. And Arizona then defeated Arizona State in straight 3-1. Our State Farm Get to a Better State is highlights of the win. How do you get it done? You need one pair to finish it off at the 3 to get yourself 3 points. And it was the number 1 pair putting it away. After a slow start in the first set, they would rally for a straight sets victory. Olivia MacDonald and Natalie Anselmo
getting the job done.
Martin with the dig. What can she do in transition? That's been the key, and there it is. A couple of times taking a swing. This time it's the soft stuff that gets it done. So Gilbert, Arizona native.
Yeah, Martin had a couple unforced errors on defensive opportunities. This time just taking a little off it, a little knuckle dink. All you got to do is get it to hit the sand.
Steve Walker has to be pleased with the way his team has played. He said they've been playing at such a high level in practice. I wanted to translate to the matches. They will come out 2-0 today. Said he's really happy for them because winning can be a learned process.
Yep.
And that process still undergoing for the Wildcats.
Samantha Plaster there with a nice deep shot to the line, keeping Arizona State in this set.
Oh, missing that one, and now Arizona State will have a shot at a victory to end the day. Oh, miss serve, so we will see a little bit of extra time.
The trickler just didn't quite get over the net. No, the match is won, Arizona, but you know Arizona doesn't want to lose, and Arizona State would love to win this second set.
You can say you lost 3-2. It was close.
Yep.
Cut shot eaten up by Martin, going over on 1. Set point now for Arizona.
So just a second ago, we had Arizona State serving for the match, and now we have Arizona serving for the set.
Ace serve. Now let's play 3. Yeah, check the win one more time because it's going to be a third set to 15 for Cortez and Martin. We will be back with more volleyball from Tucson.
So you'll be
autismspeaks.org.
Arizona already victorious 3-1 over Arizona State, hanging in there to support their pairs in the number 5 position. Both these teams in action again tomorrow. Arizona will be here on the network. Arizona State will be back at home inside the Para Club. I'm Kevin Barnett, joined by Olympic medalist Mike Dodd. Watching this one finish out, it'll be a set to 15. At the number 5 spot, Caroline Cortez, number 25 for Arizona, along with her partner McKenna Martin, taking on Samantha Plaster and Katie Baldwin. Baldwin wearing the 1 for the Sun Devils. Call them the Sand Devils if you wish here. Oh, plastering that one. That's a great volleyball name.
Yeah, just a little early on the drop-off from Cortez. She gets back and leaves the net wide open. Plaster puts a little heat on that one, down the middle.
If you don't know where some of the strong volleyball areas are in the nation, of course for women there are so many, but one of them is Texas, and in particular Flower Mound, Texas. As a cut shot from the Napier Pavilion finds the sand. Cortez with the kill there, but it's Samantha Plaster out of Flower Mound, Texas. And I thought, you know, I've heard of Flower Mound a few times. When was the most recent? It was Jordan Anderson, former UCLA star, both indoors and out.
Volleyball everywhere.
Music's still going, volleyball action still happening, maximum hustle still in effect. Touch there off the left hand, creative solution.
Cordes going with the lefty. Sets a little outside, so lefty off the block. Another big point for Arizona.
How was your left hand?
Strictly average.
Can you think of an excellent ambidextrous player?
Oh yeah, Sean Rosenthal. Very
Superman?
Good. Superman. Good.
I feel like I need the button with the music when you bring him up.
Finish a tournament with the left as good as the right. Still is. Great player. Going to play this season with Chase Bettinger, named from the NBA scene,
And from
now playing beach volleyball.
And from this university.
Yep.
Played in the NBA for a long time, but was the top recruit coming out as a junior for boys volleyball into the collegiate game. Chose basketball, wise choice, I think. Excellent career there. Now an opportunity to rejoin the sport of volleyball.
Here's a perfect set from Cordes and a nice little drop into the retreating defender. Perfect choice from McKenna Martin. Now back to serve. Martin really starting to chase down some balls defensively. Not that one. Nice drop.
One short play deserves another. Samantha Plaster, the happiest presence on our team, is what Brad Keenan said about number 44. I like the non-traditional volleyball numbers too. Oh, that one gaffed out of bounds. I like it. You can be 50, you could be 81. You're not stuck with essentially 1 through 20.
Be a linebacker.
Yeah.
Be
O-line, maybe a guard.
Jerry West. See
63.
whatever you want.
Yeah. I might go 88.
Yeah.
Always had an affinity for that from racing. Maybe like a Harry Gant 33. Symmetry. So close action here in the third. Duel already won by Arizona. They will go undefeated on the day, courtesy a 3-2 victory over Stetson. And by the time we arrived at one match to go in that one, it was a 2-2 situation.
Martin again learning, taking a little bit off it and just chopping down the middle. That'll work.
You hear that so much with all the coaching staffs across the nation, east, west, no matter whom you talk to. They talk about the pace at which the kids are learning the game right now, the developing nature of this collegiate beach volleyball.
It's really fun to watch. It's such a major element of beach volleyball is mental toughness and ball control, and you see this developing now in such an early stage with young players. They just really have great ball control. The wind doesn't throw them off at all, and it just continues to grow.
Sneaking that one over is Samantha Plaster.
The happy camper. Using the net. Drop it over.
We mentioned the Pac-12 championships coming up at Stanford, 26th to the 28th of April. National title will follow that. Gulf Shores, Alabama, once again hosting, as it has all the way back to the days when it was not an NCAA title. It was an AVCA-sponsored championship going back 3 seasons ago.
Thank you very much to the AVCA for all they did to help get the ball rolling for beach volleyball. Kathy DeBoer doing such a wonderful job. Everybody involved with that organization.
And I'm so glad they've chosen to put their resources in now to making men's beach volleyball a thing. Yeah, USC.
That would be great.
USC, actually the 3-time champion, won the last AVCA title following Pepperdine. And then they won the last 2, the only 2 NCAA titles. This year, a little graduation for USC. They have some issues this year. They're still trying to sort it out with some young players and some more experienced players. They lost their number 1 pair, their number 2 pair, and half of their number 3 pair. What was a consistent lineup faded away. As you look at the history of this game, going back to 12 and the ABCA and the birth of it. Pepperdine with a couple of titles, Long Beach State sneaking in there, but USC defeated actually Pepperdine 3-2, 15-13 in a thrilling finish last year.
Wow, good stuff.
Let's take a look back at that moment. And this was not the number 1 squad down here. It came down. There was the number 1 squad getting a win, but it came down to the number 3s. Cut shot, everyone around the court for the big win.
Dog pile.
Watch yourselves. And then what do you do when you win? You get your coach who doesn't like the water and you drag her in. Throw her face down.
Hannah, take that.
On a collier. And once you're face down, you may as well get thrown back down too. On a collier was okay after this.
There was a lot of athleticism in that competition, but not much in the finish there.
That was awesome. An incredible athlete herself, back in her prime. She had a good laugh about that and enjoys that as a part of that moment.
The water drag. That was good.
So we'll see if USC can do it again, or maybe their crosstown rival, the number 1 ranked UCLA Bruins, who have been on basically a 6-year climb now to the top of the beach volleyball world, if they can in fact come through with their first NCAA championship in this sport. Oh, we got the Cat fans hanging in.
Yeah, a lot of folks hanging out for this final match.
Ace service out of the timeout. And we will get a side change. Everybody's going to change sides. Looks like club volleyball right now. All the fans will change sides too.
Arizona State up 8-7. Short game to 15.
Deep corner, no good. Make it a 2-point lead for the Sand Devils. Oh, soft touch, wonderfully done. Good court vision.
Nice drop from Plaster, just couldn't put on the brakes in time to get back and get that short shot. Cordes back to serve, going to try to get a nice floaty going, run up and do some blocking.
Oh, goes for that sideline and paints it. These are the ones you have to win. Martin Highline is good. Finally, it took 1 extra round of contacts, but it's good for the Wildcats.
You could hear Carolyn Cordes yelling, line, line. Partner listens, and big point for Arizona.
I haven't heard anyone say Langle today. I think that one's gone out of style. Very definitive calls, angle or line. Joust at the net.
Cordes doing a nice job of staying home at the net, not dropping off, and pays off with a big block.
The redshirt freshman who really loves photography. Might want to get a picture of that last one. Oh, decision to come back up and block. You don't see that too often. Nearly pulled.
Nice little fake, but Plaster doesn't nibble on that with a nice high line shot. Ties it up 10-all, coming down to the wire.
So now we have a match to 5, win by 2.
Brad Keenan giving a little advice on the side change and rare opportunities that the coaches can speak directly with the players, just timeouts and side changes.
Well, he's right in there this time. Before, he was coming over to tell us about the pairs at the end of the last match. Down the middle, did it get enough airspace? It did. So Martin will step back to serve.
Another great effort. You see Kate Baldwin here just laying out, giving it all. Just the wind kind of blowing that out of Plaster's way. Big point for Arizona.
Remember, the Wildcat Spring Challenge will continue tomorrow from Bear Down Beach. 3 more duels in the offing starting in the morning. On the Pac-12 Now app, you can watch whatever you'd like, and we'll have some men's volleyball coverage for you tomorrow night. A matchup at the top of the MPSF, UCLA and BYU. We'll have more volleyball coming your way on Sunday. Back to the beach, UCLA and Stanford, St. Mary's and Stanford. That happened in midday from the farm. This is one heck of a volleyball weekend. High line shot is good for Plaster. This one could very easily go extra time.
Just like that, Arizona State ties it up. This is anyone's match.
About to be Arizona State's match with blocks like that.
Samantha Plaster just waiting, then going up, eyes open, throwing the ball back. Nice block.
Tallest player on the court at 6 feet. I wondered how fatigue might play for a team like Cal, but we didn't see any of that in the hot temperatures that they're definitely not used to. These two teams, no question, this is normal business. That was just out of bounds. Boy, you're hoping for a wind gust if you were Samantha Plaster.
Now you got to forget about that serve and focus on the task at hand, which is passing and setting. Right here, give yourself a chance. Take a swing.
2 redshirt freshmen and 2 freshmen on the sand. A lot of learning happening now. High line and out. Just like that, it's a match point for Arizona. Cortez and Martin.
Martin and Cortez already involved in one barn burner today with Stetson. Now find themselves in another.
What'd I say? Overtime?
You called it.
Here comes a little bit of that wind. Do you cut into it? Yep. Oh, just heating it up is Martin. That's one of her best swings of the match.
McKenna Martin, watch her get up and just pound this ball down the middle. Best hit of the match for her. Couldn't have come at a better time. Now can she get a good serve going?
Match point again, working on Plaster. That one was too tight. Who wants it?
This was just a little bit of extra adrenaline. McKenna Martin oversetting that transition ball for the match. Arizona State still alive.
So we'll side switch once again. And the Sun Squirrel will impart some knowledge. That's Brad Keenan for those that don't know. The one and only Sun Squirrel.
Cortez slipping it by, little net inside the block. Pressure on Arizona State again to get this serve receive for point.
The pair of redshirt freshmen looking for a win to end the day. Day 1 of the Wildcat Spring Challenge. We had premature celebration going on here. Tough flat floater. Beautiful high line shot.
Samantha Plaster refuses.
That was a golf clap from you right there, Mike Dodd. You really like that shot, huh?
Hey, that's clutch. 16-15, high line shot. Good stuff.
Ace serve, and now the ad goes back the other way.
Kate Baldwin getting fired up.
So
the
they've
Sun Devils.
survived a host of match points.
Now they've got their own right here.
Is it in? It is. Wow, that was close.
Right on the line. McKenna Martin not ready. Not ready to call it a night.
Just the tiniest gust of wind would have taken that one, pushed it right out. The wind was behind that ball. Oh, is that legal?
I don't know. Could get an argument.
Better have had a closed fist if Arizona doesn't get this point, but they do, so moot the point. 18-17, sides which once again. And another match point opportunity for the Wildcats. Fourth chance to close it.
Not yet.
No touch on the block, so you have a swing. How about a roll shot to win it?
That got it done.
19-17, the final.
Long day for Cordes and Martin, finishing it off with another close win.
Going to go home a little tired, but definitely happy with your own performance as well as that of your team. The Arizona Wildcats undefeated on the day, 5-0, and now 4-1 over their rival, Arizona State. Bear Down Beach treating the Arizona Wildcats well here on a Friday evening in the desert.
It's turning into dance beach.
Here's a look at what's coming up tomorrow. Wildcat Spring Challenge continues on the Pac-12. You can start at 9:30 in the morning. Colorado Mesa and Arizona, followed by Mesa and Cal. Then the big one, Cal and Arizona. Tune in for that, most definitely, 12:30 p.m. in the afternoon. And make sure you get on that app, watch whatever you'd like throughout the day for the sport of volleyball. A happy head coach, Steve Walker. For my partner, Mike Dodd, and our entire crew here in Tucson, we appreciate you tuning in. Let's take you to baseball already in progress. After the break, join Oregon State at Arizona.
Saturday, Colorado.